In the quiet town of Willowbrook, there was an old, decrepit mansion that locals whispered about in hushed tones. It was known as the Hollow House, and it stood at the edge of the forest, shrouded in darkness. No one dared to enter, for they said it was haunted by the vengeful spirit of a woman named Eliza, who had met a tragic end within those very walls. One chilly autumn evening, a group of adventurous teenagers gathered around a bonfire, sharing tales of bravery. Sarah, the boldest of them all, declared, "I'm going into the Hollow House tonight, and I'll prove that there's nothing to be afraid of." Her friends laughed nervously, trying to dissuade her, but Sarah was determined. Armed with a flashlight and a camera, she stepped through the creaking front door. The air inside was thick and musty, and the silence was suffocating. Sarah made her way through the darkened hallways, each step echoing ominously. As she explored further, strange sounds filled the air, whispers that seemed to come from the walls, and chilling laughter that sent shivers down her spine. She reached a room at the end of a long corridor, and there she found a dusty old mirror. Sarah's reflection stared back at her, but it seemed distorted, as if it were trying to convey a message. The mirror began to crack, and Sarah was filled with a growing sense of unease. Suddenly, a cold, bony hand touched her shoulder. She turned, trembling, to see the ghostly figure of Eliza, her eyes filled with sorrow and anger. Eliza's voice echoed in Sarah's mind, recounting her tragic tale of betrayal and heartache. Panicking, Sarah tried to flee, but the Hollow House had other plans. Doors slammed shut, trapping her inside. She could hear Eliza's haunting wails reverberating through the mansion, growing louder and more mournful with each passing second. Desperate to escape, Sarah stumbled through the maze-like corridors, pursued by the relentless spirit. It was a terrifying game of hide and seek, with no end in sight. The minutes dragged on, and Sarah's courage waned as she felt the malevolent presence closing in. Finally, as the clock struck midnight, Sarah burst through the front door, gasping for breath and drenched in sweat. She collapsed onto the lawn, trembling with fear. The Hollow House loomed in the background, quiet and still. As Sarah recounted her harrowing experience to her friends, they could see the fear in her eyes. The Hollow House had claimed another victim that night, and it remained a place of dread for anyone who dared to enter. The chilling story of Sarah's encounter with Eliza's vengeful spirit would be told for generations, a warning to all those who sought to challenge the darkness that lay within the Hollow House.